All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody into the space. My name is Angel, and I'm a soul healing coach, and this is the Soul Healing Coach podcast. I have today with me these women who I call my soul tribe, like literally my soul tribe. They feed my soul, they help pick me up when I'm down, and also, I tell you, we can be something of a good group of laughs on a regular basis. We all live in different places, but we still find time to catch up throughout the year. So I want to show you this little quick video, and then I'm going to introduce these beautiful women, and then we're going to get going from there. So this is going to be pretty cool because I have not used this whole thing in a while. So if something goes wrong, I'm going to charge it to, my head and not my heart is what we say in the South. So what I'm going to do while I actually get this going is I am going to unmute everybody. You all say hey to the folks while I figure all this out. And we're going to start with Amber, then Miriam, and then Amanda, because that's how you are on my side. And so, Miriam, tell you what, Miriam, want to introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Hi, I'm Miriam Berrouette. My company is Bilingual Connections. It is an interpretation, training, and translation company. And I'm a community advocate. I love helping people, and I love getting together with my tribe so that I can be rejuvenated to go out and do what I do in the community.
Awesome. Amber, tell us who you are and how you show up in the tribe.
Hello, everyone. Amber Campbell Moore. I am currently a social justice advocate. I am a retired Olympian, so I literally spent my life playing, if you will. But now I love to be out in the community. I walk alongside people working on issues like access to affordable housing and healthcare and equitable education and so on and so forth. And yes, my tribe, been with y'all for a long time and excited to be in this space having this conversation.
Awesome. Thank you, Amber. And so we are going to move on to, I think me and this young woman have been friends from childhood up until now. So she's got a little bit more dirt than the rest of these ladies. So come on in and introduce yourself and tell us how you show up in the tribe.
Hello. My name is Amanda Butler. And yes, Angel, I have known you since I would say middle school. We're not going to talk about how many years that is. We're not going to talk about how long that is. But I am a school teacher. I'm an educator. I'm a special education teacher. I'm also a city councilwoman. So I do some politics. And I am definitely, I feel like I'm the most adventurous one in the tribe. I love going on a good adventure, and I love dragging my tribe with me. So I definitely
Did you
do
say
that.
dragging or drowning?
Maybe a little bit of both, but
See, this is how it starts. Miriam, mute yourself because we are never going to finish on
time. But I also coach basketball. I've coached volleyball for a few years. I still coach basketball, and that is a little bit about myself.
Awesome. Thank you. And as I'm telling y'all, when we get together, it's a hoot. There is this connection that is between Miriam and Amanda, not Emma, Miriam and Amber, that we just cannot figure out how they got joined in the way that they are. And
Y'all, she muted me for real. I just unmuted myself.
I did mute you because we got to get to the video. We all know you're going to get started and we're not going to be able to ring it back in. So I'm just saying, yes. So I'm glad you muted yourself again. Now let's show the video to the people. So I kind of got emotional watching that. And I don't know why, because I'm the one who put it together and looked for the photos all day. Listen, like, I'm not going to cry, but y'all, this 11 years, and it may be more than that, but that's how far I counted. You know, my math is off. Anybody else has a different number?
Hey, I'm going to go with your number.
Listen, you guys are amazing. And so I could not have this conversation with anybody else besides y'all. So we're going to try to stay within the 45-minute framework. Okay, so we're going to go on with our questions. And the first question is, what does playing mean to you? What does playing mean to you? Anybody can start. The rest of us unmute ourselves. And I tell you what, I think we normally do very well with kind of staying on until it gets too loud, and I'll start muting people. So everybody just unmute. Let's talk. What does playing mean to you?
I'll go first. Playing to me means doing something fun and enjoyable. For me, playing is where I'm able to get the adrenaline pumping, to get the blood flowing, to whether it's outside, inside, moving my body. That's what play means to me.
Okay.
Playing to me means anything that gives you a release. Because you guys know I'm always quick with like the corny joke or, pointing out something that looks crazy or weird. Anything to like bring a laugh. Because in that moment, we all get a release and we all get a hit of dopamine. So anything that just brings me joy or makes me laugh, or if I can make someone else laugh, that's what playing means to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to piggyback on that. I think for me, it looks like anything where I can kind of feel like a kid again. That could be like roller skating or hula hooping or, playing with my son in the park or whatever. I mean, it can show up in so many different ways, just as long as, like Miriam said, something that can make me laugh or bring me joy, but really try to capture that, I don't know, that youthful freedom that I'll say is what, that's what playing is, whatever that looks like, that's what it feels like. It feels like youthful freedom.
So I feel like it's all the things that you all already described. Miriam came in with the great word of dopamine, and I'm like, ooh, all my psychology little brain just went. So yes, like we want more of that, right? Play brings that in. It decreases that serotonin, brings in the dopamine, and then it lets us know, ooh, this is fun. Like this is all the pleasure zones. Let's do it. So I've watched some of y'all play. Amanda has dragged some of us, and she said that right the first time with her into some playing roles. For me, play is anything that makes me feel totally weightless. Totally weightless. In that, like being in a pool, going kayaking. Also anything that makes me feel like I've forgotten the rest of the world exists, like going to get a good cup of coffee or tea, or sitting and eating dinner with y'all and laughing for like 2 hours straight for me is just like bliss. Also going to the mountains, as I've done with Miriam and Amber, and we can talk about that, or Miriam and Amanda, we can talk about that. We can talk about it because that is a form of play, though we all know how I play when we go to the mountains, and we can be as transparent here as we need to.
Yeah. Oh your definition of playing in the mountains and mine is completely different.
Yeah.
Different. Okay.
Your areas of storage are quite interesting for us all.
Storage, that is classic.
Yes, the storage.
So good folks, y'all know on the Soul Healing Coach podcast, we tell it all. And these ladies are willing to tell whatever they feel like it. They can go as far as they want to. So what they're speaking of, when I go to the mountains, I go to the mountains to relax. I go to the mountains to totally get away from being who I have to be wherever I have to be in. And I enjoy, like we go and we may go to some distilleries and we may check out some stuff and we may go into the stores, and I bring back a flask every time we go because that's just who I am and what I do. And yes, the storage is inside of a hoodie, where my auntie used to store her money. We cup it on the side and we keep it rolling. And when I get cold, we just take it out and get some more. That's what happens. So that's for me. But
and just to let just to let the folks know, Angel is fine once she gets on top of the mountain. However, getting her there is a completely different experience. And I think Amanda can attest to that. So I think Angel would prefer to be airlifted and dropped off on the top of the mountain.
Pretty much.
She doesn't particularly care for the drive up. This
Right.
friend of mine, who is the sweetest, kindest soul, told me to shut up when I was trying to encourage her not to be afraid. And I'm like, it's going to be okay. And she wheeled her head around looking like Carrie and screaming at me to shut up. And so I look at Amanda, and Amanda also trying to comfort our friend. She also got yelled at and told to keep her eyes on the road and her mouth closed.
Yeah. So yeah, like
she wasn't having a kumbaya moment at that time.
No. And then there was one time
about you, Amber. They must be talking about you because I'm
definitely talking about Angel. And
I wasn't there.
I definitely like kiss the ground. Didn't she like get out and like crawl on the ground, and then we like?
And let me explain.
It took a minute to get her to stand up.
Yeah, she's. I think you've always ridden with me. I think, except for one time where I think Kev drove one time, but there was this one time. I think exactly what you're talking about, Mimi. Yeah. Where we are on the way up the mountain, and she says, "Let me out." Like we're in the
on
road,
the side of the mountain driving, where there's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. As in, if you open the door, there's a cliff. And so I'm like,
right. So there's a cliff if you open the door.
A pure cliff.
Exactly.
A pure cliff.
So I'm trying to be the supportive friend, trying to find this cabin it was peeking over Pigeon, and I'm sitting here like, we're fine, we're okay.
It's that's fine. Your go-to. We're fine. That's your go-to. Yeah.
That's my go-to. And then my good friend says, "Let me out," and I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah. And we're like, "Where?" We're like, "Where we gonna let you out?" And I have ridden with Amanda like every time to the mountains except for one time, and she's an excellent driver. Yes. You know, and she knows how to handle the winding roads and all of that. But I really give kudos to her because she kept her cool while Angel was screaming in the car. So,
but wait, let's tell the full story in this whole playing moment, because the mountain was going like this, not like this. The mountain was going
it's
like
a mountain.
This.
It goes up.
It's a mountain.
That's why they have mountain peaks. See, peak of a mountain.
The dude said, this time the dude said, no, I don't. No, it's not one of these cabins. I think it's that one up there. Up there.
We had a beautiful view.
And I'm looking at Amanda with this, third row. What kind of truck was that?
I don't remember.
Oh, I know.
It was a Suburban, but it was a large Suburban. But we had lots of stuff
to go under that road.
It was. Now that 3-point turn ended up being like a 12-point turn because the truck was.
But she got it. And so a few little pebbles fell off the side of the cliff, but we were good.
So what I hear,
and there was a suspicious tire. I think one tire was not on the road during that turn, but we worked it out.
We were fine.
So what I'm hearing is sometimes when we're playing and some of the things we choose to do to play sometimes causes us to step out of our comfort zones.
Yes.
And so tell me about a time, everybody, where you went to play, because you just heard about mine. Okay. And you had to step out of your comfort zone. And what did that do for you? How did that help you?
Well, when Amanda tried to drown us and I keep telling her that I can't swim. And every event that she picks is a water sport. I'm like, what is this? Death by friendship? I don't
remember this. Wait, tell the story. What?
It's like everything she picks has to do with the water. And I'm like, I
get blamed for everything.
Swim. I can't swim. And she's like, there's a life jacket. You'll be fine. But you know what? Somehow she gets me in the boat.
So this is when we all went kayaking together, right?
I'm sorry?
This is when we all went kayaking together.
One of the times, but she's always trying to drown me. I don't know what that obsession is about. You
I
know,
like to play
so
in
I'm
water.
going to
Okay.
try to learn how to swim, but she
Mhm.
convinces me. I'm terrified, but I'm doing it. And I did have fun kayaking. I did.
There
So
we go.
tell me what kayaking did for you all when it came to, playing, and what emotions and feelings that brought up. Everybody had their own
I
experience.
I go kayaking all the time, so I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna let them
But you
start it
just
off.
went recently. Now let's go to start with
I
you, because you just went this weekend. Can
I
you tell
did.
us
Yeah.
about that experience? Because you went alone. How was
Mhm.
that, playing and being alone?
So I love kayaking. I love being on the water, and I will admit I like to play in water. I am a water baby. That's what I do. So I do kayaking, I do jet skiing, all that. Um, and kayaking for me is the most peaceful thing because it's not that adrenaline rush. It actually slows me down. I like to kayak in a certain area. You see the beautiful trees, the water is calm and peaceful. So for me, that kind of grounds me. It gives me a sense of peace, and that's my happy place. So I love kayaking, and I love dragging my friends along too.
So Amber,
Yes, you
how
do.
was your experience while you got drug along on the? I think it was a couple of us that went. How was your experience?
Well, for me, I had a great time. I am also not as much as Mandy an adventurer, but I've done whitewater rafting. We went kayaking. I can swim, so the water is not I don't have that same uh, issue. But the twist was, I went with my now husband, and that was the first time we'd done kind of like a couples activity like that, because they only had the tandem kayak left,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
we had to figure out who was the person who was going to be like steering the thing and who was going to
Mhm.
be like just playing the teammate. And we quickly found out I don't do well taking directions. So I needed to be the one to do the thing. And he was like, sure, we're good. You let me know, and that's what we'll do. So it was a
Just
great learning experience, but a lot of
right.
fun.
Let me just put a pin in there. For couples, yeah, I wouldn't use kayaking in a tandem as like a first date. Don't do that. Let me
Or
help you.
yeah, don't do it.
Don't
Or
do
you do it
that.
like me and Kevin
First,
did it,
second,
and we
third,
rode.
fourth, fifth, give it some time.
Well,
Give it
Kevin
some
and
time.
I did it, but we chose to get separate kayaks because one of us was not going to make it up. Okay. All right.
Listen,
Like, he likes
Know
to
your limits.
stay way back here and takes pictures. And for me, I'm like, let's go. Like, this is what we're doing. Yeah, no. Don't do it.
yeah,
Don't do
Don't
it.
do it.
yeah. The
That's so
tandem was
funny.
a whole, like, sharing the kayak was a whole experience in and of itself, for sure.
Yeah.
So since you went there, so let's ask
Oh, can I
go
just
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead. Somebody
sorry.
had something else?
I will admit that there has been one water adventure that I was actually nervous and scared about. There was
Okay,
only
talk to
one.
us about that.
That was the whitewater rafting.
Okay.
That
We
she
had some
tried to get
class.
us to go with her on.
I still want us to go back. Okay.
I would
I
go.
want us to go back collectively as a group. I want all of us to go back. We can go right there to Charlotte. See, Amber's down. Okay.
I
So
can't.
She's an Olympian, for Christ's sake. She's an Olympian, a 3-time Olympian. She's down for anything. Hey, Amber,
Land sport,
want to
though.
go
Land
across the
sport,
street
totally
and
something
lift
different.
some boulders? Hey, let's do it. Hey,
I
Amber,
can't. I
let's
can't.
go
Amanda.
run 50 miles. Let's
That's
do
a
See,
it.
lie. Now that's a lie, Mandy. Get that one.
No.
That's a lie.
Now I will say Amber will not go on a 5K with me for nothing in this world.
That's true. She doesn't
listen,
run, but
when
anything
that
else
comes
she's
up,
down for as long as it's not running. Hey,
exactly. If it
Amber,
comes up in
let's
our
go lift
group,
a
it's like
log that's
crickets.
burning in the forest. Let's do it. Yeah. She's an
So,
Olympian.
so
Okay.
Amanda, finish
Uh-huh.
telling us about the not kayaking. What was the other
Whitewater
thing you
rafting.
did?
Oh, whitewater
Whitewater
rafting.
rafting. And then I want to go back to Amber because you've had that experience as well. So Amanda, tell us about your experience.
So I will say I was whitewater rafting in West Virginia. Um, I went camping outside, actually pitched a tent outside camping, and then the next day we got up and we went whitewater rafting. I had never been whitewater rafting, but I was like, hey, let's do it. I love water. And then after I got on the raft with people I didn't know, strangers, and realized that we all had to rely on each other, I got a little nervous. And then we ended up encountering some class 5 rapids that day, which are some of the most intense rapids. Yeah, we had class 5 rapids, and there was one where the boat was like this. And I'm sitting here like,
The
oh my
devil.
God.
The pure
And
devil.
I saw a picture of us later where we were like all in the swell, like all you see is water over us and like the tops of our head. But after I successfully made it out, it was one of the most enjoyable experiences. And I'm like, let's do it again. But I will admit, I was real nervous in the beginning.
Oh my God.
Okay, just so everybody out there knows, Amanda's catchphrase whenever you're like, "Oh my God, this," she goes, "But did you die though?
But did you die?"
Did you die?"
And my response is almost.
Almost doesn't count. Brandy said it first. Almost.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you didn't take it to Brandy. Oh, I can't.
Well played.
Yeah.
So, Miriam, share with us an experience that I know you talked to us. Oh, talk to us about your skiing experience while playing and what that was like.
Again, our dear friend Amanda, she's really great at like organizing adventures for us. And I love her for that because I have done so many things out of my comfort zone because of that lady right there. So we went skiing, my first time skiing. So I'm on the bunny slope and like she shows me about the skis and everything. And, you know, to get them off, you take your pole, you pop it, and then, you know, it pops the thing off your ski and then you can like just walk in your boots and stuff. So I had gone down the bunny slope, you know, a couple of times and I was like, oh yeah, I'm like so good. And she's like, okay, we're all going to go night skiing. And I'm like, night skiing? And she's like, yeah. So I said, okay. So I go down, I fall like a turtle on my back. There isn't anyone else around really because it's night skiing and the normal people are in the cabins drinking hot chocolate or whatever beverage of their choice while enjoying music and nice things in the cabin. So I look around as much as I can and I'm like, Amanda. So she comes over and she stands over me and I reach my hand out to her and she's like, no, use your pole. I showed you how to use your pole and I'll stand right here until you can get up, but I'm not helping you up. So I think she stood over me for about 15 minutes. Other people were like looking like, can we? And she gave them this look like, you better not even come over here because she's going to do it. So finally, after 15 minutes and nearly being frozen to death, I got up. And then she goes, now, aren't you proud of yourself? And I have to low key admit I finally was able to get up.
See, that was a milestone. You got up on your own.
Oh my gosh. Okay, as we unmute ourselves, as she said, the normal people in the cabins, because I remember if that is the same time that myself and Craig and Michelle and Kevin were out for dinner. And we got back in the truck and we're driving past the night mountain, the night skiing place, and we go, yo, somebody's tumbling. So I wonder who was tumbling. As we get the next day and have a conversation, who was tumbling? Who was tumbling?
It was probably me. So I love night skiing, but one of the downsides of night skiing is there's icy patches, and I hit an ice patch one night, and I went flying, like boom, and like it was so bad the medic guy had to come. He's like, "Are you okay?" And at this point, I'm laughing at my own self, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. Can you just grab my pole that I love?" my ski fell off a couple meters up. Can you grab that for me too? I'll just wait right here.
Oh my gosh, Miriam, we both have had experiences with Amanda where she just looks like she like, get yourself out of the situation and keep going. So that one time where I never even made it up off the little ramp because the lady said, or Amanda said, you know, it's going to pull you, jerk you a little bit. So you just got to prepare for that. Well, I did prepare for that in the best way I knew how. And then the next thing I know, I'm done doubled over. I am in between
off the side of it.
And the ramp, and this other lady is hollering, screaming, somebody just please turn it off, because I didn't know how to do it, but I knew how to hit those skis and get out of there. No more skiing.
Oh my God.
But so here's the
I
thing.
happened to have witnessed that.
Yeah.
And when she fell off the side and finally was able to get up, you just hear her screaming, "Nope, nope, nope."
And so here's the thing. This is why I kept trying to convince Angel to do it again. And so this is a friendly reminder about play. Any sport or any activity that you do, if you fall off or you fall down, you have to immediately get back up. And that's the key with skiing. So that's why I didn't help Mimi. I made sure Mimi was able to get back up, because if she would not have, so what she failed to mention is that when I made Mimi get back up, she went down the slope perfectly the next time. Because I made her get back up. And so I was trying to get Angel. No. So here's the thing. Angel did not listen to me. I told her, you have to get back up and try again, because if not, you're never going to ski again.
Okay.
Has Angel ever skied again? No, she hasn't. I was right.
Remember, Miriam's conversation earlier in description was the release of dopamine. Okay. All kind of serotonin and all kind of this is not for me came out of my body.
Listen.
So in that I know now, and I just came back with the boys the other day, I love go-karts. I love the ATV. I can do that all day long. There's something about the vibration. So that I love. I can do that.
Amber's face.
It's because Amber went there. Then
Amber,
I
what's that
went
face?
there.
Talk to us, Amber.
Amber went there. See, Amber and I just had a telepathic conversation.
And then I looked at Amber and I was done.
Listen.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back.
Listen, wait, what was that look? Because I enjoy it.
Yeah, we bet you do.
Okay, so this is what we're talking about, world. When these two have this connection that we just don't understand. And so they had a whole conversation without even talking to each other. But now the conversation is hidden in that telepathic conversation. And none of us will ever know what they mean. First of all, I
think Amanda knows what we mean.
I gotta finish this going somewhere else.
Angel,
what?
Think about washing machines and sitting on one.
This goes to who do you play with? So this is a good lead-in. See, Amber
not
over there
fanning, having a whole hot.
She's over there fanning, and that's how she got that baby in that gut already. Okay, this is what happened. Okay. So yes, I enjoy the vibration. Just go there.
Everybody's having hot flashes. I'm good.
But I'm over here drinking coffee, so that's a whole other thing.
Oh, I kind of want some coffee.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. So, who do you play with? Who do you play with on a regular basis? What type of playing do you do?
The way you went Valley on that question, I'm sorry.
What kind of playing you do, girl? What kind of playing y'all do? What kind of playing?
Oh, it depends on the day, girl. Whatever that day calls for.
And listen, as the only single one in the group, my play involves, my dad, who's my number one supporter. He goes with me to the movies. He goes with me on walks. He supports me in my fashion shows or whatever it is that I'm doing. And I love playing with children because they always have something cool to tell you, and their hugs are from the angels themselves. And of course, puppies. And by the way, Amanda, Angel's dog loves me more than you.
I'm sorry, me and Ginger have a special connection. I just need everyone to know that.
Yeah, so every time Amanda comes to the house, Ginger just looks at her like, where are you taking my mommy today?
Right.
When Miriam comes over, it's like a love fest, and she just can't get enough. And I think we lost Miriam, but she'll be back in a sec. There she is. So you're back. And so, yeah, my dog, she just feels a certain kind of way about certain people. And Amanda always comes and takes me away for a couple of days or two or one. And Ginger knows that.
And Ginger has a little attitude, but it's okay though. We're working on our relationship.
We're working on it.
I can't. So I play with
ATVs.
Because, we're all women in this space, and everything from a healthy sex life is playing as well. I'll go there.
Yes.
I'll go there. I'm
Thank
highly
you.
positive in this space, and it can be great fun and great playing. Yes, it is. Let's just go there.
I'm here for it.
And so I enjoy that. I enjoy playing with my children and doing like outdoor stuff and having fun. Kevin and I went on a small hike in Asheville while we were in Asheville. We didn't go on the waterfall hike because we slept in because we're playing. And then but yeah, I like to go outdoors. The older I get, the more I like to go outdoors. And my playing now has become playing with my younger son Logan in our garden. So I've got a small test garden that I'm doing. It's like my little prayer garden. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Thank you. Having so much fun, just kind of what they call foraging and pulling up some things and collecting some stuff today. It was fun. It was fun. So what else we do for fun? Amber, what do you play with? What's going on?
I mean, as you alluded to, my play these days have led to a new creation we're working on.
Yes.
Yes. But other than, my husband being my favorite playing partner, obviously, I have a toddler. And so, little Jameson, he is somehow a super outdoorsy kid. And I think that's his grandmother's fault because she loves, outdoors and playing in the dirt with the bugs and finding new creatures. And sometimes we'll see a frog and then we'll have a pet frog for a couple of days. That's him and his grandma. That's their connection. And I love it. But I like to reiterate that that's their connection, and I don't do bugs and frogs and whatever. But so my play with him, outside going for a ride on his tricycle or, playing in the dirt. Not my favorite, but he digs it. So I do it because that's his thing. So yeah,
his thing.
Yeah, the park, the dirt, the stuff. He's a boy, so I'm going to do the boy things with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Miriam, anything, Amanda, you two want to add to this part again? You talked about your dad, Miriam, and playing. Yeah. Amanda?
I really, so I'm not married, so I don't get to enjoy that type of fun, but I get to play with you guys when I convince you guys to go on adventures with me. That's why I always come up with something because I'm like, it's time to go play, time for an adventure. So I drag you guys along with me. I actually love to play basketball with my girls that I coach. And I get to do that an entire basketball season. And it is the funnest thing in the world. They stress me out a lot, but then it's just being able to go play basketball with them. And then my son plays basketball as well. So I get to play with my son. We don't play as much as we used to, but that's it. Those are the people I get to play with.
And what about?
I'm sorry, Angel. Can I interrupt real quick because I have a girl mom or a boy mom question for me. Have you ever dunked on Mom? Like, because I can't wait till Jameson gets old enough so I can dunk on him.
So I beat him in horse all the time, and I win. Like, I don't let him win. No, I beat him so that he understands. That's the concept of it.
Absolutely.
I keep telling him I'm going to dunk on him, but I have yet to do it. And now he's taller than I am, so it's kind of like, but I might have missed the opportunity. But yeah, play horse, beat them in horse every single time.
My shot's not that good, so it's probably just gonna be I'm gonna be dunking on him until he gets tall enough that I can.
Oh yeah, do a layup. Yo, get on that post, get on that block, do a nice little post move. Now I've done that numerous times. I've taken them to the hole.
So this is a conversation between an Olympian and an athlete.
Because you went to Amanda about being a boy mom. I'm like, I got 3 over here, but I'm not playing sports with.
But you're not dunking on anyone. Like, it's kind of like with the Tribe theme song. Like I told you guys, I will be the one like writing a letter and calling the attorneys, but I'm not. Yeah, I'll make sure we all get out though. Yeah.
That is an important role. I keep
I'm
telling you,
gonna
that is an
important. That's very
important
important.
role.
That's very important.
Okay, so hold on for a second. Let me see if I can grab something real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Let's just say I'm gonna play a piece and then we're going to cut it off. Nope, it's not gonna let me. It's going to go straight to advertisement. We're not advertising for nobody. So done. So the tribe song, part of one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go there. And we play a lot with this. We've even gotten together in different places and just went off with this song. And it is Nuck If You Buck, right? What is the real name of this song? Is it Nuck If You Buck? Is that the real name of it?
It's Nuck If You Buck.
Yeah, so
and I
thanks for when we play that
believe
song.
you guys introduced me to that song because I was not aware of its existence.
Yeah.
Matter of
And
fact,
me-
did you not hear it for the first time in Angel's backyard at one of her kickbacks during the pandemic?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
When the
did.
entire
Yeah.
vibe changed, and then I'm like, "What? What's going on?"
And then me and
Listen.
Amber's favorite part is butts in the club,
Come in the
shaking our
club,
dreads.
shake these dreads.
Yep.
Yeah,
Butts in these heads. Yeah.
yeah.
So then we
Like,
have to.
I'm like, did they drink some Kool-Aid that I didn't have or something? Like, what is
Like,
happening
we
right
wasn't
now?
drinking no Kool-Aid, but we was having something. But yes,
And that dancing is part of play too. I
Oh
love
yeah,
Absolutely.
dancing I love.
yes, and yes, and
That
that's
is
why part of that
definitely
song.
something that I love.
And Miriam, I know you enjoy and have enjoyed throughout your life, like performing and dancing and acting and those kind of things. And I think
Yeah.
music is such a part of play. And you're right, when
Oh,
we
absolutely.
get together, it always comes up.
Absolutely. I love it. I mean, it's a great form of exercise. It gives you great dopamine hits. It's fun. And the thing about like dancing and music evokes memories. So when certain songs come on, you're like, oh, that makes me think of my mom or my grandmother or my father. Or I remember the 8th grade dance when that song came on and I had a crush on, this guy in my geometry class or whatever. So that is the thing about music that's like really good.
So I'm gonna interject. So we have people commenting. I just realized I can see the comments while we're streaming through StreamYard. So Brandon has made a couple comments. He talks about him and his friends are planning some things to do a guys trip, which is very good for men to continue to play and kind of bond and stuff like that. I know as a mom raising boys and being in the house with all men, like that's something that they need to do. He also talks about reconnecting with subjects that he has found that he loves and enjoys. But what's so funny is he says, my side is hurting, LOL. So in other words, laughing at us. And then Coretta says, just pure faces crying out loud. And then Brandon says, now I got to go find that song. And then Coretta says, that's my favorite song.
Yes.
So we're not the only ones, y'all, who love that song. But it's football season, so mine kind of switches a little bit from "Nuck If You Buck" to "We Ready," because I'm a Cowboys fan.
That's
sorry.
Well, we won't fault you on that.
So
you know what? But Clemson was struggling yesterday, but we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it.
Oh, wait, your Cowboys play tonight. They play the 49ers, yeah? Okay.
We ain't gonna be on here too much longer because my mother is going to start ringing my phone wanting to talk with me about the game. Oh my gosh.
And I will say this. I don't know if you guys remember this song. So I had to play it for one of my students the other day. He was trying to be funny and he was like, oh, so Miss Butler, you scared? And so I had to follow up with, oh, I ain't never scared.
Come on, Bone Crusher.
And then I had to play the song for him. I was like, you know what? Matter of fact, let me play the song. Okay, please. So I only played a little bit, and it was the edited version. I just needed him to know. And so I explained to him. I said, "This is the generation I grew up in. I ain't never scared."
This part.
So yeah, I did play that song the other
Okay,
day.
so people are going off about the songs. Coretta says,
Have you-
I'm about that life. And Thurman says, what is that one song that's big in Atlanta that has Ludacris in it? I don't what y'all know that song.
There were
And
so many. Oh,
so
I was gonna say
many.
Atlanta
between
and
Ludacris
I
and
mean,
T.I. Oh, they was handling in the late 90s, early 2000s. They
in
was
the
handling it.
2000s, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You know who I
have
thought
you
about?
guys
Go ahead.
have
Go ahead,
you
Miriam.
seen those reels where it's like the millennials are complaining about something, and then they have like the people who grew up in like the 80s and the 90s, and they were like, what? Going back to what you said, Mandy, they're like, we're not scared of anything. The national television had to put a commercial on to remind parents, do you know where your children are? And they played it every night at 10 p.m. So they're like, what do you mean? That's the generation we grew up in.
Right.
That part.
That's my
Water
generation.
hoses, that was our
Right. You drank out of
You
the
couldn't
water.
go in
You're
and
I
out.
would water
back
what?
in the
No.
house.
Oh my
You were
gosh.
locked out of the house
Oh
until
my
the
Okay, so
sprinkler came on.
Brandon says the song was moved. Get out the way.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
That was another
absolutely.
big one, right? Oh my God. Oh, did y'all see? I saw a clip. I didn't watch the award ceremony, but where they did the tribute to Michael Jackson, and then Janet Jackson came out at the end and rocked it by dancing with
Oh.
her brother. Did y'all see that?
No.
Okay, I got to share it
No.
in the Soul Tribe message. Y'all got to see this. It is
Please do.
amazing. So let me say this. So here's the first question that's about playing, but kind of off topic. If you had your one chance to see somebody perform live as a
Tina
form of
Turner.
playing, who would it be? Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Wow.
Tina was a
Wow,
beast.
that was
Yes.
fast. No
Yeah.
thought needed.
Because
Yeah.
that woman was just
Yeah. She put on the
amazing,
show.
from
Yeah.
her
She was amazing.
background to her survival to how she
Yeah.
found peace, how she was able to even be bigger, stronger, better
Mhm.
after what she
Exactly.
had suffered and got rid of her 200-pound weight around her neck. Ike.
That part. That
And
part. Somebody, yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
just beyond her music, she's just an icon and just someone who exemplifies resilience and a
Mhm.
comeback and just everything. And the best part of it was, in the end, she not only found peace, she found true love.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's beautiful.
Oh, and you always know how to tell a great story. You made me forget what the question was. You always just take us somewhere different.
Just who we want to
you
see
like
in
to perform.
concert.
Yes.
Yeah, perform.
Mine was
Yeah.
Jill Scott. Seen it, and we'll do it over and over and
I want to
over.
go see Jill
I am
Scott.
telling her, if
I
you
haven't yet, but I definitely want
her,
to.
She's on the list.
I'm telling
I
you,
will.
Janine gave me that gift. Janine, God bless your sweet soul if you ever see this. And she took me as a surprise to her mom. And I'm telling y'all, we were right down second row from the thing. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
like going to church and a nightclub and a bedroom all at the same time. I have
All at the same
never,
Yes.
ever. I'm never
Here
going to be
for
the
it.
same.
Yeah.
Mhm. What about you,
I will
Mandy?
have to say, this is on my top tier list. I want to go see Tank and the Bangas. Their New Orleans style flavor, funk live band. I absolutely love Tank and the Bangas. Now there's a lot of artists that are on my list, but as of now, Tank and the Bangas is on the top
Tank
tier.
and the Bangas.
Tank and the Bangas, absolutely. Tank and the Bangas.
Awesome.
Mhm.
And Brandon says Aretha, and then he says, I might have to go tell my boys we got to go to New Orleans. So he's having a whole party over here by himself. Amber, who would you like to see?
That is such a great question. I feel like there's so many artists that can like put on a great show. Because I'm all about the experience of it all, right? Like
Yes.
Erykah Badu, I saw her
Yeah.
in North Carolina. She puts on a whole
She puts on a show.
Like it's
Whole show.
interactive. It's and she's such
You
like
kind of feel high afterwards, but yeah. Mhm.
yes, right? I mean, whether it be from like this atmosphere or like from the atmosphere, right? Like
House
Right,
of Blues. And I got to see her. I got to see part of it because it took her so long to come out. We got to see Flowetry, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then she came out fully pregnant, Erykah Badu, on her head in a yoga pose, talking about the chakras. Okay, and I wasn't ready then. I didn't know what she was talking about there. Now I know. I should have stayed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she immediately takes you to this place and grounds you. And it's like, I was like, wait, I want to turn up. This is not.
Oh yeah.
But she's amazing. I would love to
Yeah.
see her too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So to close this out, you guys have been phenomenal. This has been
Mhm.
amazing. To close this out, how has play changed for you as we have begun to get a little older? Because we're all, oh gosh, we're not aging. We're becoming fine wine, and we know that.
Mhm.
But as we are growing in wisdom, how is play changing for you all? And I can lead this off so I can get through mine. For me, it's changing as I'm dealing with like rheumatoid stuff within my body. What I can do, when I can do, what I can't do. Um, but on those days that I can, when I say I play till I can't stop, like I'm going to hit the gym, I'm going for a walk at the beach, I'm going to walk the dog, I'm going to try to go hang out with the boys and walk the whole soccer field while they're playing their sports. Like when I can, if that makes sense. And now play is taking on the form sometimes. I'll be real honest, having me a nice drink and watching me a good movie or reading a good book or playing with my hubby. I'm just gonna be honest.
Mhm.
Sometimes as you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
older,
Yeah.
those things change. And Mandy, you and I have something in common with this part, or getting in my hammock in my backyard and just watching the sky change and watching the sunset has been a very good playing part for me.
Yeah.
I'll go next, and I'll keep it short. For me, as I have come to new stages and chapters in life, play has had to become more intentional. I think before, when we had more time and freedom and less responsibilities, play came easy. At the drop of a hat with anybody. For wait, that sounded wrong. Play came easily in a multitude of ways. We'll just go there. Um, Oh, dang. Yeah, so just being more intentional about making space to play. And I'm gonna mute myself because I ain't right today.
Wait, I forgot I'm on mute. I'm just over here laughing. Listen. In this space, it's all good. We know who you playing with. It's all good. Oh my gosh. So while we're waiting on the next person, Coretta says, thank you, Queens. This is a great experience to see and hear phenomenal Black women come together. She appreciates it. So she says, thank you. Awesome. All right. Who's next? Amanda or Miriam?
Well, like with me, when I was younger, it seemed like play had to be more structured. Like you had to go to a party or you had to go out. Like it had to be within a structured environment. Like right now, it doesn't have to be. It could be like you mentioned earlier, Angel, going to Starbucks and having a coffee and just laughing over the silliest things. That, to me, I consider that play. Or just, finding peace and going for a walk or being in nature and just seeing something, that I consider play. And the other day, as you mentioned, I love to dance. So I haven't been dancing in a while. And my friend that usually goes with me, she had promised to go with me last weekend, but she was like, I'm so tired from work. I just can't do it. And I said, okay, well then I'm just going to come over and we're just going to crank up your stereo and we're going to dance in your living room. She's like, you can come and do that and I will certainly cheer you on from the couch. So I ended up dancing with like her little boy who's like 7 because he loves to
Oh,
dance too. So, but those are the types of things, or it could just be reading a book, just anything that brings me the joy and the peace that I need in that moment. And I think you mentioned that earlier, Amber. It depends on the situation and the vibe that's needed at that time. So that's
yeah.
how play has changed for me. Now I will still color in a good old coloring book with any kid that comes
Oh,
over because
yeah.
I love to color with them too. So
Thanks, Miriam, for sharing. Who wants to go next?
Well, for me, play has changed, and it's continuing to evolve, to where, um, I'm always used to playing with others, and now I'm getting to a place where that might not even be an option. You know how growing up, I grew up in a very large family, so I always had cousins to play with. There was always somebody to play with, where I would be racing my cousins. And granted, I had a lot of boy cousins, so that's where the athlete in me came from. So where I used to be able to play with all of my cousins, and then growing up and playing sports, playing with my teammates, um, getting to draft you guys to do adventures with me. That's great, but the older I get, the more I'm realizing that I'm going to have to learn play in another way, more individual versus playing with others. So, like even how I went kayaking the other day, I ended up having to go by myself. And I almost didn't go. I almost didn't go because I'm like, God, I wish somebody would go with me. But then learning that there will come times, the older we get, and like I said, I'm not married. So it's like the older you get, especially for those individuals who are not married and single, like we got to figure it out. And there will be times where we have to play by ourselves and take ourselves out or take ourselves dancing or go kayaking by ourselves. I still want to go whitewater rafting with the tribe, but there are some things where I will have to go by myself, and I think that's what I've learned.
Thanks, Amanda. All right, Amber, did you already talk yet? You did? Okay, I'm getting older and it's getting later, so I'm forgetting. So I wanted to say that because something I did not say that in the last 2 years to now, something I've started to do that makes me feel good is to create jewelry. I mean, and I got buckets and stuff just because it makes me feel good to go in the store and play with beads. Nobody bothers me but the lady who's learned now not to bother me in the store. Because I just like to stand and look at the pretty stuff, and then I just like to grab stuff and then make something for myself or make something and give it away. And Miriam, don't start talking because I just realized you still don't have your bracelets, but I'll have something to create between now and Thanksgiving and you'll get your stuff. So don't say anything. Don't say anything. But let me tell you, what you gonna say, Miriam?
I was just gonna say that you have allowed me to like play with your beads as well. Now, I haven't gotten to the step where I can like create my own stuff, but I can certainly pick out colors for you to make it for me.
And I will have so much fun doing it for you. You already know that. But I thank you, the Soul Tribe, for joining me tonight for this episode of the role of playing in adulthood. This has been so much fun, and I don't even know what to say. This has been more than I ever thought it could be. And I look forward to us. And look, this was supposed to be going across the bottom, and I'm still learning how to do stuff. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I totally forgot.
It's
Um,
okay.
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And we are all going to do better next
Better late
time.
than never.
Yeah, it just is what it is. So I thank you, Amber Campbell Moore, Olympian, for joining us. Miriam Berrouette from Bilingual Connections being with us. Amanda Butler, oh my gosh, special education teacher, and then also city councilwoman. I thank you for being with us and just for being my friends. Thank you for being a friend. Okay, I don't want to. That's not my song. That belongs to the Golden Girls. I don't have no rights to it. All right, y'all. God bless you and have a good evening, y'all. Bye.
Night all. Bye.